The first devlog is out, guys. Here we go. The devlog season has begun, and with the leak that we had yesterday, we are starting to see stuff that will actually come in the next update very soon. So let's get going and talk a little bit about the first devlog, about the Badger IFV. So this vehicle is not that interesting, but at the same time, I like it because of the chassis that he uses. I don't like it in game, but the chassis that he uses in real life is pretty fun because it's modular, you know. But basically, this is a South African light tank, or not really a light tank, like an APC, right? With a 30mm on the Patria chassis. Yeah, we already have a lot of vehicles with that chassis, not a lot, but some vehicles with that chassis, and now we have another one for the British at rank 6 for as a South African vehicle. The interesting part about this vehicle is that it didn't enter in service right now, actually. So this opens up a little bit for the idea of vehicles that are almost in service but are not really in service. So yeah, they continue with the trend, just like the Aqu 141 and some others, you know, that were barely, you know, almost getting into service, and then something happens and you never get added, or just like in this case, some delays happen and the vehicle is still being developed, right? So it is interesting that they actually, you know, open up a little bit more for these vehicles, okay? But what is this vehicle? So the Badger is basically, like I said, an IFV, an APC, you know, that can go, well, of course, with the Patria chassis, to a top speed of 100 kilometers per hour. He has a 26-ton weight, which is pretty significant, I think, for the size of the vehicle and stuff. It makes sense. He has a fast-firing 30mm automatic cannon with APFSTS, so it should be very good. Stabilized with thermals, and he has a 3-crew you know, system together with a very lightly armored vehicle. Also, you gotta think that this vehicle was made in theory to replace the Rotel in the real world, right? IRL. So it's kind of funny because I don't know if this thing will actually be in a higher BR than the Rotel. So for example, the Rotel has the Milan, right? So we might actually see this thing actually becoming a lower BR or a little bit higher BR. I don't know. It probably will be higher just because it is using the APFSTS, and they say it's a rank 6, so it will probably be like something along these lines over here together with the Roycott and stuff, but it's kind of weird because, I mean, it's just 30mm. I wonder how much that penetrates for it to actually be this high of a rank. Okay, and the vehicle itself comes from the Patria, which is used by many vehicles. One of them, for example, the CTCV, for example, here. So it will be basically this chassis over here, the same chassis, but with a 30mm turret instead of this. And you can already see how it will kind of work, you know, so a lot of empty space, which helps these vehicles. I wonder if in the future we'll have more modules here to make it a little bit easier to, you know, do damage inside the tank. Then it would be kind of more realistic, but still. And as you see, of course, 10mm of armor, basically no armor at all. Yeah. But it is very fast, 100 kilometers per hour, 550 horsepower, 26 tons. So it's pretty fast. It is pretty nimble, but no armor. Okay, and that's what you can expect from this vehicle. This chassis, but with a 30mm turret. Okay, guys, and basically this is it. This is the Badger IFV, the first devlog of the season. Not something that was in the leak, but let's wait and see what else is there. This was a very early devblog, so, and you know, in terms of the like time of the day, so we might actually see another one today. Let's keep an eye out. We don't know. So yeah, if there is another one, I will be doing videos covering it, and I see you guys on the next one. So make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and bye guys, see ya.